Now, sometimes when we're looking to simplify rational expressions, we're going to find that we may need to factor out a -1 to get the binomials with in the proper order, or what I mean by that is to have the proper sign. Um, so let's look at what we've got here. Let's look over here on the left. We got xz minus 4z over z squared times 4 minus x. Now, focusing on the numerator for a moment, the two terms in this binomial both have a z in it, xz minus 4z. And so I could factor out a z. And when I do, I'm going to put this up here. If I factored out a z, I'd be left with x minus 4. But if I look what's in the denominator here, that's 4 minus x. Now, if I factored out a negative z to that same thing, this would change this to this would change this to negative x plus 4, which I could actually then write as negative z times 4 minus x. Now, let's FOIL that back just to prove or distribute that back. Let's say I take the negative z times 4, that's negative 4z, and the negative z times the negative x is going to give me positive, two negatives multiplied together. It's going to give me negative xz. And so negative 4z plus xz, well, I can rewrite that as xz minus 4z. And that's back where I started, right there. So what we want to do is factor out negative 1z. So let's factor out negative 1z. That's going to leave me with 4 minus x. I want it in that form right here. This 4 minus x. And now that's over z squared times 4 minus x. And the reason why I wanted to do that is now I can cancel out the 4 minus the x. Couldn't cancel out negative 4 plus x and 4 minus x. So I have to get it to where I can cancel it. Now I still got negative z over z squared. And this z is going to cancel, and it's going to leave me with z to the first power. And so when I simplify this, I'm going to end up with, I still got this negative sitting out here, negative 1 over z. Okay. Practice, practice, practice. Now, as you're practicing that, you'll begin to recognize these situations right off. Now, let's look at this one over here on the right. So we got ab squared minus 5ab. So I could factor out an ab. And then in my numerator, I got 5 plus b, 5 minus b. Well, let's do this the long way. I can factor out an AB at the top, so that would give me AB times B minus 5 over 5 plus B times 5 minus B. But you can see that in my denominator, I've got 5 plus b, 5 minus b, and up here in my numerator, I have b minus 5. Now, suppose instead of doing it like this, I did it like this. I factored out negative ab. Well, that would make me that would give me negative b plus 5, because I'm factoring out a negative, dividing that out, which then I could rewrite as negative AB, and it's okay to switch those around. It's one of our properties of real numbers, 5 minus B. All right, now I've got it where I can cancel something. So let's take what we got here and let's put this over our denominator. So I got negative AB times 5 minus B over 5 plus B, 5 minus B. My two 5 minus B's are going to cancel, and I'm going to simplify this to negative AB over 5 plus B. Shazam! Simplifying using -1. Practice, practice, persevere, practice with patience and persistence.